Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're featuring a Grand Seiko. This one is the SBGW231. Now it's true, the last I've reviewed a couple of Grand Seikos, and it's one of those watches which, they've been okay. Not exactly blown me away, so it's going to be interesting to see if this model here can improve on that. Can it be a Grand Seiko I really like? Well, let's have a look. First thing first, it's a lovely little watch. It really has got, its proportions are really interesting. It is a smaller watch, is on a leather strap. It's definitely got one of those, well, they call it their elegance range, and I can completely understand why they'd say that about this model. But before I get too far ahead of myself, a big thank you to Ryan over at Francis Gaye of Coventry for allowing me to review this watch. They've got an absolute massive selection of Grand Seikos in there, plus many other brands. So if you're in the Midlands area, it'd be rude not to pop in. If you're further afield, check out the link in the description below and have a look, see what they've got. So anyway, here we go. Let's talk sizes first. This watch here, it's actually relatively small. It's 37.3 millimeters. The thickness is 11.6, but a lot of it is that crystal there. And the lug to lug is 44, I think it was 44 and a half lug to lug. The strap size on this is 19 mil. So the 19 mil I always find is a little bit awkward. It's like 21. Any of the odd numbers, it makes it a little bit harder to get straps for, if you already have straps, that is. So anyway, let's check out the dial. Now the dial, it's just lovely and clean. It's this cream coloured, or well, I actually say cream coloured, but I think Grand Seiko have it down as autumn light, I believe it is. So there you go. I'll call it cream for now. So anyway, we've got this lovely cream dial, and we've got these amazing hands. There's no, when it comes to hands, dials and markers, they do an amazing job. Looking, from the naked eye, there is like zero flaws or anything like that. They are really well done. You've got that lovely bevel going down there, down the center of the hands, just running down here, and then the angle coming off either side. And the mirroring is very good. I say, to the naked eye, you can't see any blemishes at all on there. It is really good. I even like the way they've done the second hand, how they've kind of blended it around this baton style hand. Really nice. No ifs or buts there. The hour markers, lots of polishing again. It's hard to fault the actual, it's almost impossible to fault the dial in any way, shape or form. The only thing I personally, and this is just me, I like a tiny bit of lume on my dial. But, this is a more dressy style watch, and I suppose you can be forgiven for that because there is no lume at all. But it is a very nice dial. You do have, obviously, the Grand Seiko logo and AM print up there, all very impeccably done, and minimal text down at the bottom there. It's almost a shame we actually put that on there. In some ways, it'd be better if they simply removed that text. Personally, just have it, made in Japan or something like that, instead of the actual what kind of movement and so forth. But either way, it is gorgeous. Now, as we come out to that crystal, what's not to love? I love a big box sapphire crystal, and this definitely has it. It's double domes. You can see there's a tiny bit of magnification as you look onto the hand stack there, and it is just really nice. The case itself, now we have, even though it hasn't got a particular long lug to lug, we have this amazing sort of like angle coming down on the lugs here. It is truly impressive. It just, the way it comes down, it just really sits down well on the wrist. The polishing, as you can see, they use their Zaratsu polishing there, very similar to black polish, what we use over in Europe and things like that. So it is absolutely flawlessly done. You also have drilled lugs here, which again, this is the kind of watch you're going to be maybe changing straps on. I don't know, but that makes it easier for sure. As we come round to the other side, Again, the polishing is exquisite, and we have the Grand Seiko logo on the crown. As for the crown, it's not screwed down because this is a manual wind watch. So it's a manual wind on there, no screw down at all. Water resistancy on this watch is simply stated as splash resistant. So the kind of thing you'd probably be okay washing your hands, but realistically, if you're going to wash your hands, things like that, you'd probably be better off not wearing this watch. So, you know, but that's the only area, well, say, apart from maybe lume and a tiny, you know, just a little bit more water resistancy would have been nice, because I always think, you know, you can always kind of accidentally get wet, or, you know, and things like that, or you can forget to take the watch off. So anyway, as we look round to the back, just check that out. That, I have to admit, is a pretty movement. Really, really nice. Super decorated. You know, the machining on the back there. I love the fact that there's even a jewel for the click spring. I think that is completely over the top, and I applaud Grand Seiko for doing that. That is really, really cool. And also that it has a second shock setting for the escapement, the escape wheel. Again, I just love the fact that that attention to detail is really, really commendable. So really nice looking movement. The movement's actually called the 9S64, and it's got a impressive 72 worth of hours power reserve. I must say, I'll put it on the time grapher. In the 45-degree plane, it did exceptionally, did really, really well, but upright was a bit strange. But obviously this has been regulated to those different positions, so they state a daily rate of up to +10 -1. So I dare say it would perform a lot better than what the specs actually state on your wrist. So, but it's just, I say, it is a stunning looking movement. I think it's superb. Plus, the main thing is, it's always nice when you see anything with a Seiko badge, be it Grand Seiko, King Seiko, whatever, with a 8 beats per second. So you get a far smoother passing of the second hand as it goes there. It's so, yeah, so much more satisfying. It has got a 24 dual movement, and I say power reserve is good for 3 days. Now, as we come out here, strap wise, we've got a lovely leather strap going on here. Very, very nice. It's, you know, it just feels lovely, supple and pliable. The clasp, I'm so on that. It is all signed up. Does look the part. I say we have a sewn-in keeper and one floating keeper. Let me put it on my wrist. We'll have a look. Quick wrist check. I'm still wearing another manual watch. This is my Nomos Club Campus. That's 38.5mm. And Bob, what you got there? He's got some Zodiac, weird limited edition Zodiac. So anyway, but yeah, another manual. Oh, shame you don't see the back on that one. My wrist size, I should point out, is 7¼ inches. So this being only a 37mm, just over a 37mm watch, I think actually it looks stunning. This definitely would be a Grand Seiko I would consider. I think it is a truly lovely looking watch. And I say, out of all the Grand Seikos I've ever reviewed, this so far is my favourite. Just look how well it sits down on the wrist with those lugs. The way the lugs curve and blend in, you know, follow the contour of your wrist. I think it is a truly lovely looking watch. So, what do you reckon, guys? Would you buy this watch? Is this one you would go for? Let me know in the comments below. Okay then, all the best, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.